You're on mute, Brandon. Big B.
Oh, sorry.
All right. Sorry about that, guys. Welcome to week 6 of the NFL season. This is Morning Tailgate brought to you by Coast to Coast Entertainment Network. I am the quarterback of the group. I'm Big B. I am joined by my big fullback running back. If you give him a slab of bacon, he'll run all day. Chris P. Bacon, how you doing?
Doing good. Can't believe it's week 6.
I know week 6 is kind of like when you're planning for, you're getting ready to get married, you're doing all the hype up, and you get to the day, and boom, it's over. So we're in that low days right there. So, joining also with me normally, like normal, is my slot guy, my Loro.
I'm doing great, and welcome everyone to the Morning Tailgate. And we got the London game going on. The Jaguars are up 17-13 right now. We'll have live coverage of that game during this broadcast today.
All right. And then joining us from the heavens above, because his camera's not working right now, if you get him on the football field, he might juke you twice on the same play. He's Messaround. How you doing, Messaround?
I'm good. It's too early for this stuff.
Oh, but it's football season, so it's never too early.
I should be sleeping till kickoff.
All right. So Loro kind of broke it down already. Loro, give us a little update, a little bit more on what you watched so far on the London game.
So far, Tua Tagovailoa looks really good. The offensive line has given him a clean pocket, and I also thought that the Jaguars somehow came off to a slow start. But I do think, however, the Dolphins can manage to pull this win. But I just think that their defense right now isn't that great. Their offense is not that great right now. I think with Tua back, I think they're going to figure it out.
Okay, Chris, have you seen anything different on your side?
I haven't. I just noticed that, Tua's looking good. Right now, he's scrambling for the first down and slid. So, he's looking good. Doesn't show any signs of rib injury or whatever he had when he was out, but he's looking good. I figured the Dolphins were going to pull it out. Jacksonville's leading. Hopefully they get their first win, like you were saying, Big B, the other day. But anything can happen. It's still early in the third.
Yeah, okay. So we're past halftime. So I haven't turned it on yet, but from what I saw before I started getting ready, that Jacksonville was down by 10. And I'm like, oh, there goes the big jinx right there. They're not going to get their first win. But I'm glad they're getting there. So moving on, we've had, or David, you're driving, so you're not watching the game. So anyway, moving on, we've had some big movement trade-wise and IR-wise. So first off, Loro, the big trade, Eagles sending Ertz to the Cardinals. What do you think of that move?
That's a good move for the Cardinals. The Cardinals have had tight end trouble in the past year. And I feel like that if you want to have a dynamic offense to go along with Kyler Murray and along with DeAndre Hopkins and Chase Edmonds, you got to have Zach Ertz fill that void. Max Williams is more of a blocking tight end. I think Zach Ertz is going to be more of a receiving tight end for Kyler Murray. I think that this is going to help Kyler Murray develop his game in a big way.
What do you think there, Messaround? What do you think of that big move? Okay.
Sorry, I'm ordering coffee. What was the question?
Ertz to the Cardinals. What did you think of that?
I think it's a good move for the Cards to give them another weapon in that offense. It's already pretty loaded. Who knows? Another target for Murray, like he needs more, right?
Yeah, exactly. How about you, Bacon? What do you think?
Yeah. No, it was an interesting move, but it sounds like they had this, I guess, planned. He was going to go out and, be the captain and score a touchdown at least and, kind of go out on good terms. it sounded like he wanted this trade, and the Cardinals seemed like a good fit for him. So it's an interesting move. I don't know if it's going to work out. I mean, he ended the game struggling, and now he's on a winning team. So
Yeah, I think it's definitely a big move for the Cardinals. It's, I don't know about you guys, what you think, but I think they're putting all their chips in this year to make a run to the Super Bowl. So, uh, other than that, I see that we got a couple guys landing on the IR. Russell Wilson for one. Chris, what do you think? What do you think about Seattle with Russell Wilson on the IR?
just with Russell Wilson, as your quarterback, he's there to win games, and he can do that. He's taken you to the playoffs. Missed a few times, but I mean, he's taken you there. I don't know, 8 of the last 10 times or the 10 years. With him out of the lineup, it's going to be hard for Seattle to make the playoffs. I'm not saying it's impossible, but it's going to be a little more difficult. And until he comes back, I don't see them winning too many games.
Yeah. What about you, Loro? What about Wilson to the IR?
Russell Wilson to injured reserve is a huge blow to the Seattle Seahawks. I think that the Seahawks season really relies on Russell Wilson. That offense is built around Russell Wilson. The entire Seahawks team is definitely built around Russell Wilson. And I say that because since the Legion of Boom left and got broken up, I really think that the Seahawks have really invested this team around Russell Wilson. That's why he's one of the highest paid quarterbacks in the NFL right now.
Yeah, no doubt. Seattle, like a lot of teams, if they're built around that quarterback goes down, plan B ain't, much of a plan. So we'll see what Seattle does. They're 4 weeks without him. I think he's eligible to come back week 10. So, Messaround, what did you think of Russell Wilson to the IR? How's that hurt Seattle?
That is a huge blow to Seattle. Like, if they can stay afloat and win and go 500 until he gets back, they'll be okay. But it's definitely not a playoff year without Wilson.
Mm-mm.
Okay.
I'm making the playoffs, so
all right.
It's huge what they do. Like you guys said, they built their offense around him. They goes, Russell Wilson goes.
Yeah, exactly. So another big one to land on the IR is CMC McCaffrey. Chris, what you think of how's that going to affect the Panthers?
I like Christian McCaffrey, but I think it's time for him to retire. I mean, it seems like, he gets really good, gets really hot in the season, and then, I don't know, he gets broken after a few games, and Carolina does good without him in the lineup, and they do good with him in the lineup. As far as the running game goes. So I don't know if, releasing him would be, best for him, but they do tend to struggle. They're still good, but I don't know. It's going to be a tough loss.
Yeah, I think so too. What about you, Laura? What do you think of CMC going down?
That's a huge blow to the Panthers, but I think that the Panthers have a lot of other options to go to on offense, especially Robbie Anderson, DJ Moore, and then they also have Chuba Hubbard. But I just think that Sam Darnold is flourishing in that offense right now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, totally agree. Messaround, how about you? McCaffrey going to the IR, how big of a blow is that?
Not really that big of a blow at all. They've learned to play without him over the years because he's always hurt. Guy can never stay healthy. So, they know how to play without the guy. They'll be fine.
Yeah, no doubt.
They're going to make playoffs or anything, but, they're used to playing without the guy. So,
yeah. No doubt. And I think Chris brought up a good point. Maybe it's time. I know he's a young guy, but can't stay healthy. Maybe the Panthers need to think about moving on from him, or maybe he needs to call it a career. I don't know. I know he's a young guy, but you hate to see the career come to an end soon. But can't stay healthy, you're not going to be a productive guy. So,
no.
With that being said, let's move into the weekly picks. So we'll start off. Well, we'll start off with the Panthers hosting the Vikings today. Chris, what do you think of that game?
I mean, I'm going to go with. Let's go with Carolina. They're at home. I think they'll be okay. Sam Darnold's been really good at home and with this Carolina team. So
Okay. Loro, how about you? Carolina or Vikings for Carolina?
I'm going to go with the Carolina Panthers. And I say that because I think that they're not going to lose 3 straight games. They should have not lost to the Eagles the last time they played.
Okay. Messaround, you there? How about Vikings Panthers?
I'm gonna take the Vikings. It's the first game without McCaffrey. Really? And
really, give me my card.
And whoever runs the ball best is gonna win. And without McCaffrey, the Panthers aren't gonna be able to run the ball that well. So I'm gonna take Dalvin Cook and the Vikings.
All right. For me, it's a tough one to go against my home team, but being on the road and them not being able to score in the second half kind of concerns me. I'm taking the Panthers. Until the Vikings can show they can score in the second half, they have 1 touchdown in the second half and through 5 games. I think 4 of those straight without one. So I'm going to go Panthers in a close one, I think. And our loyal viewer from overseas in Italy, Tim, he's picking the Vikings by 4. Thank you, Tim, but I hope you're right and I'm wrong. So moving on, we're gonna go stay in the division, I guess. Packers versus the Bears. Loro, what's your thoughts on that game?
My thoughts on that game, I think that it's a rivalry game. I mean, Messaround could agree with me on this. The Bears and Packers, this is the oldest rivalry in the NFL, and this is the best rivalry in the NFC North if you look at it. But both teams are going to play hard, and I don't expect this to be a blowout. Give me the Green Bay Packers by 3, and Aaron Rodgers is going to put together another game-winning drive.
All right. Messaround, your Bears, what do you think?
I got one stat line for you that's really concerning for me, and it's 19-3. Aaron Rodgers against the Bears. We haven't won against Green Bay since 2018. I don't expect it to change anytime soon. The name of the game is putting up points on the board, and we struggled to do that against Green Bay. Okay. So I think Green Bay is going to win by at least 2 scores.
Ooh, 2 scores. All right, Chris, how about you?
I got Aaron Rodgers and the Green Bay Packers winning this game. I hope for the Bears to win, but you got Aaron Rodgers at quarterback in Green Bay, and he's really good against them, so it's going to be tough.
Yeah, 19-3, but, it's football. Anything can happen. So, but with that being said, I am going to go with the Packers in honor of my aunt who passed away last year at about this time. So she was a big Packer fan. So today my loyalty is going to go with the Packers. So just for my aunt. So moving on, we got the Bengals versus the Lions. Messaround, how about that game? Bengals-Lions.
I'm going to take the Lions to win in the upset. They're going to pick up their first win. They're finally going to put 4 quarters together and win a game.
All right. Crispy, how about you?
Lions are not an 0-5 team. I know the record says, they are, but they've been close in so many games that they should have won. They're really good. They just need to find a way to finish games. But I got Cincinnati to win this game.
Yeah, no doubt. Loro, how about you?
I'm actually going to go with the Cincinnati Bengals. They've been the hottest team right now in the NFL. A lot of people think that they were still in rebuild mode, but by the looks of it, it looks like that their rebuild is over.
All right. Yeah, I hope the rebuild's over too. And, I'd like to see the Lions, like Messaround or Chris said. They're not an 0-5 team, but you put 4 quarters together, you might get that $1. $1 winning, I guess. So, but I'm gonna go with the Bengals until Lions can show me something different. Tim's picking the Bears by 3, and then he's also picking the Lions by 4. So he's got some good games going. Speaking of Tim, who's a Colts fan, let's move on to the Texans and the Colts. Loro, how about you on that game?
I'm going to pick the Indianapolis Colts. I think that Carson Wentz and this team is going to get them on track. I think their defense is good, but for the Texans, I think Davis Mills will get them into this game, but I just think that it won't be enough.
All right, Messaround, how about you?
The Colts of the landslide. I don't think this game's going to be even that close at all. Their defense is so good. And Wentz has been playing pretty good ball lately, so I think Colts win this one by at least 3 scores.
Ooh, okay. Chris, how about you?
Yeah, I'm going with the Colts too. I mean, the Texans, they do good at times, but not enough to win. I'm picking the Colts on this one.
Yeah, I'm also taking the Colts. I think Houston's kind of a little dumpster fire right now. Don't know which way is up even if you pointed to him. So we'll see. Colts. Tim's also taking Colts by 14, so he's got a double score. So I'm liking that. Moving on, the Rams versus the Giants. Not much really to say, I don't think, but we will anyways. Chris, how about you?
Rams have been, it seems like they are every year, but the Rams are really good. Giants, I don't know. They need to get rid of their quarterback. They need to get rid of the coach. I don't know. They need something because it hasn't worked out since Coughlin left.
All right.
I'm going with the Rams on this one. I don't like you said, Big B. It's no brainer on this pick.
Yeah, exactly. Loro, how about you?
This is a no-brainer for me. I'm going with my hometown Los Angeles Rams. I think Matthew Stafford and that Rams offense is going to have a field day today.
Okay, Messaround?
You got another team with another player that can't say injury, and that's Saquon Barkley. I'm not even sure if he's playing today, but regardless, he'll probably get hurt at some point in the game anyway.
I don't think he's playing.
Having said that, the Rams by 21.
Yeah, I gotta go with the Rams. I mean, outside of the Cardinals, they're probably one of the surprise teams. Stafford, me and Messaround used to see him twice a week, so we can tell you how good he is. So and scary. So I'm going Rams. So we're looking at some comments. Welcome, Tim. How you doing? Sarge is joining us. He put out there Big B's Vikings versus Sarge's Panthers. That is true. We'll see what goes on with that game. Tim said the Jags just turned the ball over, so he's watching the London game. Tim's also saying the Rams by 28. So we'll see how that goes there. Moving on. Probably a surprise team here. Kansas City sitting at 2-3 versus Washington football team 2-3. Loro, what's your takes on that game? What's going to happen?
I'm going to say that Kansas City is due to bounce back. I'm going to say that the Chiefs, with a big win today, I think they're going to win this week. They're going to win today, and then they're going to win next week in Tennessee.
Ooh.
Okay.
Wow.
Chris, how about you?
Yeah, I think Kansas City bounces back. I mean, it's the old saying you can't win them all, and I think Ace Adam he said, I think the Ravens broke the Chiefs, or some people said that, and that's possibly true. But I think Kansas City's gonna come back and win this game.
All right, Messaround, how about you?
I saw a stat this morning. I don't know why it was mind-boggling to me, but I was like, wow. Mahomes has 16 touchdown passes this year, second to only Brady. I don't know why that surprised me because that's what Mahomes says. But as long as their offense can score, and I don't against that Redskins defense, I think it's going to be closer than a lot of people think. Kansas City by 10.
All right, well, I'm going against the board, guys. I don't know why, but I think the Chiefs are kind of disarray a little bit. Like Chris said, a few teams have exploited them. I'm going to go Washington. I think it's going to be close. They're at home. Maybe I would have picked differently if they're in Kansas City, but it looks like Chiefs, both Tims. We got Tim Fielder, our Sarge, and Tim overseas. They're both picking the Chiefs, so good for them.
Tua just threw a pick.
Uh,
Well,
Oh.
first Lawrence did, and now Tua did.
So we got a turnover matchup going on. Okay. All right, so moving on to, I believe, was our last noon game until we talk about our pick. Oh, no, that was our last noon game. Okay. So moving on to the late games. What game did I pick? Okay. So we got Cowboys versus the Patriots. Chris. Oh, it's a Chris and Loro showdown. So,
It is.
Chris, what do you got on this game?
Oh, Cowboys haven't won this game. Well, they've won this game, but not in Foxborough since like '86. I've heard a long time. And the last time the Cowboys went to New England, it was the last season of Brady with the Patriots, and it was raining, and you couldn't do anything. I'm going with the Cowboys on this one.
Okay, Loro, give us the other side.
I'm going to say sorry, Chris, about this. So I'm going to go with the New England Patriots with this game. I think the Cowboys are an upset alert. And Chris had a point there that the Cowboys have not beaten the Patriots in New England since 1986. So that's a good history lesson there, Chris.
All right. So Loro's going with the Patriots. Messaround.
I'm going to have to go with the Cowboys on this one. I've been riding with the Cowboys this year. I've picked them almost every game. So their offense is dynamic. They're explosive on offense. If they get Zeke going like they have the past couple weeks, they're going to win this game. I think it's going to be close, though. They win with the last second field goal.
Yeah, I'm going to go with the Cowboys. They're just hot right now. And another team, as long as their quarterback stays healthy, they're going to look good. Loro, little shout out to you. Sarge is saying, Loro, you're on upset alert. So, probably one of the big surprising teams. We got the Cardinals versus the Browns. Mess around. What do you think of that game?
I think this is going to be the game of the week right here. It's going to be high scoring. It all depends, with what's his face being out, Nick Chubb being out. I don't think it'll really hurt them as much because they got Kareem Hunt, who's just as good. But I'm going to take Kyler Murray and the Cardinals by 7.
All right, Chris, how about you?
I would like Browns to get their first loss, but I don't think the Cardinals to get their first loss. I don't think it's going to happen, but it'll be interesting if it did. I'm still going with the Cardinals. I know their coach is out with COVID, not going to be there, so that's going to be a little difficult.
Yeah.
But I'm still going with them anyways. I think they have the opportunity to win.
All right, Laurel, how about you?
I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns. I think that the Cardinals are due for a loss. And maybe if Zach Ertz makes his debut, maybe we might see an offensive shootout. But no Cliff Kingsbury today because he tested positive for COVID-19.
Yep.
So basically, the game plan will still remain the same for the Cardinals, but I just think Cleveland will win.
Yeah, I don't know if Ertz is playing. I think there's some rule with COVID and stuff that, but we'll see. But
well, not only that, but he already played this week.
Yeah, but it's happened before where somebody's played twice in a week. So, but I think COVID's kind of prevented that. So,
yeah.
I'm going with the Cardinals. I mean, they're a high-powered offense. Chubb's kind of questioned. Both teams have pretty good defenses. I think we're going to see a close game here. Field goal probably separates them. So, with that being said, I believe we covered all except for our pick'em games. So, let's get back to the early games. Chargers versus the Ravens. Mess around. Who you got in that game and why?
What was it? Who was playing the Ravens again?
It's Chargers and Ravens.
Ooh, okay. I changed my mind. This could be close. This could be the game of the week too. A lot of good games today.
Mm-hmm.
Man, flip a coin, really. Depends on how Lamar Jackson does. And I don't see him having 2 good games in a row. So I'm going to take Justin Herbert and the Chargers by 3. A field goal at the end wins.
All right, Dave takes them guys. So before I forgot to update our stats here. Dave, you're actually leading the way, 14-6. Loro and Chris is at 12-8. Myself and Loro are tied at 11-9, and our beloved viewer Tim is 8-12. So, Loro, who are you taking in the Chargers Ravens?
I'm going to go with the Los Angeles Chargers in this game. I think that Justin Herbert's playing well right now. I think that the Chargers defense, especially that pass rush, I really think that they're going to find a way to stop Lamar Jackson and his running abilities.
Chris, how about you?
I think the Ravens are going to win this. I mean, both teams are going on, winning streaks, and Herbert's pretty good. Lamar Jackson's good. It's kind of a toss-up, but I'm going Baltimore.
Yeah, I'm going to go. Hopefully it wasn't a mirage last week, and Lamar's going to start putting it together. I think it is going to be a close game, though. It was tough to call, but I'm going to go with the Ravens on this one. I think Lamar's going to hopefully put 2 games, decent games back-to-back. So, all right, so we're moving to a division game, another rivalry game. The Raiders versus the Broncos. Chris, who you got in that game?
Oh, man. I'm going with Broncos. I think Raiders are going to struggle. I'm not going to get into it, but they had a rough week, and I don't know. I think a lot of that's going to still linger with them. So I'm going Denver.
Yeah, I am also going to go Denver. I've been a big Teddy Bridgewater guy. With everything going on with the Raider Nation right now, I think it might be a little distraction. So, Messaround, how about you? Raiders, Broncos.
Yeah, with everything going on with the Raiders right now, just too much for them to overcome. I'm gonna say the Broncos, even though I don't trust their quarterbacks.
All right, Loro, how about you?
I'm going to go with the Raiders. I think that this team is going to shake off what really happened last week, and I think that they're going to move forward, and I think Rick Bisaccia is going to have a good game plan intact.
Okay. No, I like it. So we got everybody. Tim is going with the Raiders, he thinks, so we're good there. So moving on to the Sunday night game, Seattle versus the Steelers. Messaround, who's your pick in that one?
Initially I picked the Seahawks in our weekly picks. I forgot that Russell Wilson isn't playing, so without Russell Wilson, I just don't see Seattle putting up points. I know Pittsburgh's kind of a mess too right now, so I'm going to take Pittsburgh by 7.
All right. I am also going to go with Pittsburgh. I just think, Seattle losing Wilson's going to be a big blow right now. It might be a shootout, but I'm going Pittsburgh. Loro, how about you?
I'm going to go with the Seahawks. I really think that Geno Smith is going to step up big time, and he's had some good games as a starter before, and I really think that Geno Smith is going to make sure that the Seahawks are playing at 500 ball before Russell Wilson comes back.
All right. Chris, how about you?
Like Messaround said, both teams are struggling, but I think Pittsburgh has a little bit more stable of a team. At least they have, their starting quarterback still healthy somewhat. I know he's still banged up as well. But I think Pittsburgh has a chance to win this. And this is Super Bowl 40 rematch, so to speak.
Yeah,
so,
like that.
I'm going Pittsburgh.
All right. our viewer Tim, he's also going with Pittsburgh. He's also chiming in, and he said the Jags just fumbled on 4th down. So
They did.
Jags looking a little shaky, it sounds like. So, all right, moving on to the Monday night game. We got the Bills versus the Titans. For some reason, I don't know why, I'm taking the Titans. I don't know, maybe just because they're at home. It should be a close game, but I think Henry's a beast right now, and just I don't know if a line of big rigs can even stop Henry right now. So, Loro, what do you think?
I'm going to go with the Tennessee Titans. I just think that the Bills' defense might have a bit of trouble stopping Derrick Henry right there.
Yep. Chris, how about you?
I feel like this is going to be a one-sided game. I'm going with the Buffalo Bills.
Oh, all right. Chris, go with the Bills. Messaround, how about you?
Nobody circles the wagons like the Buffalo Bills.
I have heard that so many times on the radio.
I'm going to take the Bills by 10.
All right. And our viewer, Tim, he's calling for a little bit of a blowout here. 17 points, he said, for the Bills. Or he's going to win by. So before we move on to our history lesson for today, Loro, give us a little recap of what's going on in the game right now.
Right now, it is 13-17, 12:23 left to go, and the Dolphins have the ball at the Jacksonville 40. As Tua goes back to pass, he hands it off here to Myles Gaskin, and it's going to be about a gain of 5 right there.
All right, so they're moving it along. All right. So, Professor Bacon, why don't you give us a little history lesson today? You told us in the chat you had a good one.
So 14 years ago, it was yesterday actually, but after a preseason game between the Cardinals and the Bears, the late Dennis Green.
Yes.
It's
I
that
know
press
we're going with this one.
Yeah, where he said this, the famous lines, "They are who they thought they were," and we let them off the hook. So that was 14 years ago, I believe yesterday, either yesterday or today. So I thought was it.
Good old Dennis Green with his he's had a couple crown him, and the best one I've always thought, and I always mess it up, but it's to the point it goes, we're gonna win games if we score more points than the other team or something like that. And it's just like, well, of course you're gonna win more games if you score more points. I mean, it's obvious. So, but no, that
you remember that Cardinals press conference? It was a preseason against the Bears.
Where Dennis Green said crown them after you guys whooped them.
They are who we thought they were.
That was 14 years ago, I think.
14 years ago today. So
yeah.
No, that's a good one, Chris. There's been a lot of coaches with a lot of great press conferences, and we all remember the Super Bowl or playoffs with
playoffs. Yeah.
I think Tim can remember that one. So what's that?
That and the Herm Edwards one to me was like the greatest. We played to win the game.
Yeah, exactly. So
yeah, that was good too.
All right, so we're moving on to a couple of my favorite topics here coming up. So we're going down with Loro Lowdown with Loro. How will Ertz impact the Cardinals, Loro?
Like I said before, I think Zach Ertz is going to make a huge impact on that Arizona Cardinals offense. It's going to be a good stepping stone to develop Kyler Murray. Kyler Murray has plethora of options now when it comes to who he wants to throw the football to DeAndre Hopkins, to A.J. Green, to Christian Kirk. And then you add Zach Ertz to that mix. Man, oh man, the Arizona Cardinals offense is going to fly.
And just think if Fitzgerald would have came back, and I mean, Ertz is what now? Maybe the fourth option in that. So he's just a guy going to hang out, and get the ball at 1 or 2 yards and then turn them into 10. So no, I definitely like that. So moving on next, the trade deadline's right around the corner. So here's the topic for stop messing around with Messaround. Should the NFL trade deadline Should they not have one? Should they just allow trades to be happening in the offseason? Messaround, what do you think?
Honestly, I
Trade
think
line
it's
pointless.
excuse me. They should extend the deadline, make it like towards I don't know, December. To have it in sometime in December before the season ends. I just think that a lot of teams at that point, when the deadline ends, still think they're in it and they still have a chance. So they're not trying to unload players. But if you wait longer, teams know that they're not going to be there. They don't have shots. So I think if you wait longer for deadline to you extend it, it gives teams know that they're out of it and they're more willing to trade their players.
No, that's a great point, Mess. I didn't even think about maybe extending it back some to December. Loro, Chris, what do you guys think? I'll go with Loro. Should we extend it or should we kind of just leave it or get rid of it? What do you think, Loro?
Just leave it the way it is. I just think that I just feel like that. I just like how it's mid-season, like in like the end of October,
Yeah.
What about you, Chris?
I mean, it could go either way, but I think we should just leave it the way it is.
Okay. No, I was actually thinking just kind of get rid of it during the season because it's pointless. But I like Messaround's idea of moving back to about December, give teams a little bit more chance to think they're in it or out of it. We might see more moves. Tim is chiming in. Dolphins just scored, so Jacksonville's looking a little shaky right now. So moving on to, I guess I call it Big B's baller, but it's more like a jinx lately. I think I took Tennessee's defense last week, and yeah, they won, and but they didn't put up what I thought they would have done. So kind of like Dennis Green, we thought who they thought they were, crown them and all that. So this week I've been kind of humming and hawing back and forth on who my baller is going to be this week. And like I said in the open, Chris, you were with us last year. Messaround, you were. You guys know my aunt passed away. Big Packer fan. I'm going to go with Adams, the receiver for the Packers, to have a big game today. He's going to be my big baller. So hopefully Rodgers can hit him like 6-7 times for 8 touchdowns. I don't know how that would work out, but
I was hoping you'd pick someone from the Packers since you're such a Phoenix this year.
Yeah, I that was one of those. So, yeah. So I'm gonna go with Adams. So closing it out, guys. Anything we missed so far, or any late injuries that we haven't talked about yet?
No, we're good. I mean, right now it's the fourth quarter as the Dolphins just scored, and they have a 3-point lead over Jacksonville.
Okay.
Jaguars.
Yeah, Jaguars are going to find a way to lose, it looks like.
Probably.
So I'm looking here, just seeing if I missed any late injuries. It looks like Hill's going to play. I thought I saw something on Chubb was going to play, but I haven't seen it. Maybe I was just hoping. Well, with that being said, let's go around the room. Messaround. Any big takes and final thoughts for Week 6?
Just looking forward to a lot of competitive games today. By saying that, I'm hoping the Bears game's competitive, but Green Bay usually blows us out. So here's the hoping, though.
All right, Chris, how about you?
Yeah, it's going to be an interesting week. A couple weeks to the halfway point, and this is probably where playoff positioning is going to matter, and games are going to matter a little bit more. So, I mean, good luck to everybody's team, and it's going to be a fun week.
All right, Loro, any smack talk to the Cowboys there? On your final thoughts here.
I'm going to say that if the Patriots win today, I can't wait to see Stephen A. Smith laugh his head off.
Yeah, no, I'm hoping for another great football week. I think each week has been great. The Monday night games, Thursday night games have been good. Um, so I'm looking for another great football week, and hopefully Jags or the Lions get that first win, so we can only rag on one team instead of two. So with that being said, Chris, what's on tap for Coast to Coast this week?
Yeah, we got Between the Ropes tonight, talking SmackDown Raw. We also have tips and tricks and holistic health. We Sports Minute on Wednesday. We have just a lot of great shows coming up this week, so make sure to tune in.
All right, Messaround, how about you? What you got going on this week?
Just look forward to catching us tonight on Between the Ropes. We should have good stuff for you.
Yep. Loro, what you got going on for MI6 and for yourself?
We have the extra point tonight after Sunday Night Football and after the NLCS, along with Wild Sports Talk on Monday. It's going to be the NBA Palooza as we're going to preview the upcoming NBA season, and then Wild Sports Talk again on Friday. The night shift will be on Thursday, and we'll go from there.
All right. Like Chris said, and Messaround, check us out tonight on Between the Ropes. You'll see me, Chris, and maybe Dave Monday for Bros Radio. Check us out Tuesday. We'll recap some baseball on deck and Tuesday Night Mania. We got a lot of shows going on. I want to thank the viewers. Tim, thanks for chiming in overseas. Hope you're having a good day. And again, have a great football Sunday. And we'll check you guys all next week on Morning Tailgate. Have a good week, guys.